Hello everybody, this is Debo's Movie Reviews here, and today I'll be reviewing The Terminator, directed by James Cameron, starring of course Arnold Schwarzenegger as the T-800, Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese, featuring of course Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, Paul Winfield as Lieutenant Traxler, and a bit cameo from the late great Bill Paxton, who of course was the only actor on screen to have been killed by both Terminator, Predator, and Alien. So, and what can I say about this one that starts the whole franchise? I mean, from his awesome beginning of the whole take on 2024, which, of course, made for a movie made 40 years ago in 1984, pans out to machines rising up and robo-apocalypse and all, to of course, them going back in time to kill Sarah Connor, who of course trains her son to lead the resistance. Whereas Kyle Reese goes back in time to become John's dad. And then, of course, goes back in time to save Sarah Connor. And the likelihood of Sarah Connor falling for the homeless dude with no underwear was about as very likely, because of course in this one, built-in character development that was the polar opposite of the Sarah Connor portrayed in Terminator 2 and other sequels, and that's including the ones that wasn't Linda Hamilton, like the Sarah Connor Chronicles and Genesis with Emilia Clarke, but that's for other reviews. Hell, I gotta say, it was one of Michael Biehn's best roles. Where at first, kind of after watching it the first time all the way, and then first I was kind of like, yeah, they really have to kill him off at the end, but then again, in the director's cut of the second one, there's a flashback scene, which of course the second one would have, if had he lived, it would have eliminated the whole foster parent deal, which I can say enough about two, because I'm trying to focus strictly on one. From how perfect Arnold was for it, and compared to earlier takes on how it's almost ironically OJ, and how no one really took him seriously, which didn't age well and all. Between 80s and 90s, of course, but back to Terminator, of course. Hell, Schwarzenegger was so perfect for it, I can't really see anyone else in it, to the point that I almost want to say, if he ain't in it, it ain't canon. Though, of course, the last two, continuity-wise, and Rise of the Machines was a bit debatable on that one, but for fans, me personally, I'm just like 1, 2, Sarah Connor Chronicles. In terms of regular canon, not just what ifs. And of course, with Terminator, gotta have the great car chases in action, like the whole shootout at Tech Noir to that police station rampage scene. Man, talk about how iconic with the whole "I'll be back" after crashing that whole car into the building. You know, after he jacked it makes you wonder, it was surprisingly wasn't the same car that he jacked Chase after the aftermath of a Detective Noir shootout, where Kyle and Sarah got an old Ford or Lincoln, of course, and they had chasing with Schwarzenegger in a LAPD Plymouth Fury, one of the most badass chases in the franchise. And then of course you had the whole escape deal, and just from the wrecking of Gremlins, I'm pretty much thinking after watching it last time, we're just thinking, damn, James Cameron hated Gremlins, because after he used one for a getaway vehicle, which come think about, could have had an awesome chase scene out of that one, instead of wrecking two and one break down after hiding out in that hotel. And then of course the whole final showdown in that old epic chase there, with the whole homemade pipe bombs and all, among other guns, like especially the whole badass scene at the gun store, just looking at all them guns, and of course then the whole hunting down the other Sarah Connors. You're we're like, makes you wonder, what if he did kill the right one, and what would it do? What would happen of the Terminator? Kind of like, what are they, like some psychotic fucking versions of a Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty kind of deal? But overall, I gotta give Terminator a 5 out of 5. I mean, most iconic action movies of all time. One of the most iconic movies of the 80s. Great action, great acting, great cast. And alright, y'all, that'll do it for this week. Like, subscribe, and enjoy, and I'll keep dishing them out.